All right, Stingers, here we go. Let me get comfortable. Today I will be answering some of your questions that you have left under my videos or under the commentary section. So I did a video where we talked about, someone asked something about Mars and how scorpionic they were, this, that, and the other. And here's one of the questions about the ascendant. Does it mean that the sign that is automatically residing in the first house is someone's ascendant, like Aries? Does that mean Aries is sitting in the first house? Okay, so your rising sign is the sign that was ascending, right? So when you look at your chart, you have a whole wheel and it's split down like this. So here's the horizon, whatever your planets are that you have down here in the houses, like 1 through 6 are below the horizon, everything else is above. And then we have everything to the east where your ascendant is, and to the west where the descendant is. That, whatever your sign is, that's the one that was rising on the ascendant. So that sign is the ascendant. That's what it is. Now, I don't know what you mean planets that, signs that are in the first house, because it would be planets that are in the first house. So whatever planets that you have are in your first house. Now they could conjunct your ascendant and maybe not conjunct your ascendant. So you can just have them in the first house, like maybe if you have Pluto in the first or Saturn in the first, that's going to affect whatever that first house projection is, because the first house is about self and how others are meeting you. Or it can even be a planet that has risen a little bit above, which is in that 12th house, and it can still be a conjunction depending on what the orb is. If it's between, you know, a 7, 8 or to that ascendant, then it's obviously going to conjunct, and that's going to have an effect on how you project yourself onto other individuals. And that's also going to affect that 7th house, because that energy is coming from the first. It's going to affect what's going on in your 7th house, which is the house of partnerships as well. So if you have Pluto on that ascendant, obviously you're going to probably have very powerful partners, or it can go the other way. You can, if there's an opposition to a planet there as well, you may attract controlling partners. So that Pluto is going to affect how you project yourself, but not only that, it's going to affect your 7th house relationships and how you deal with your partners. And I hope I said that in a way that you can understand it. So there isn't like some sign just in the first house. It's whatever was rising on the ascendant, your sign that was rising on the ascendant, and then planets that are in the first house. Okay, here we go. Next question. Someone asked me, if I believe in that 13th planet. I can't even pronounce it, but it starts with an O. So I don't include that in my practice. None of the people that I study under include that in my practice, and the people that I study under have been studying astrology for a minimum of 35 years. These are OGs that were studying way back in the day. And none of them include that. I don't include it. And it's similar to a lot of other kind of planets that some people don't include. Like, I don't really include Eris unless I'm talking about a death or a murder. Then it makes sense to come in and include that. I don't personally know any astrologers that include that 13th one. So if you're thinking that, oh, now you're a Libra or a Sag, like, honey, people just say that. And a lot of other people say that who want to be Scorpios. I mean, what do you guys expect? Anything that can make someone a Scorpio, they use it, honey. They're going to come out with a 15 planet and whatever else that'll push them into our realm. So here's something that I really wanted to talk about. It is very important. Someone says the moon isn't relationships. Remember when I talked about, all of the different, aspects or planets that do not make you a Scorpio? So someone said the moon isn't your relationships. No, the moon actually is. Your moon sign is how you relate to others, okay? It's how you relate. I relate to people in a Scorpio way. You may relate to people, whatever your moon sign is, in an Aries way. You know, you may be very direct with them. You may be very forceful with them. You may, you may be very open with them. You may be, whatever those Aries quality is. Have very little patience. Very rash and things of that nature. So your moon sign is how you relate, who you're going to be in that relationship, how you're going to express yourself. How is that going to come out? In what manner? Are you going to, relate in a Cancer manner? Are you going to relate in the Scorpio manner? Are you going to bust out Leo and, or Libra? So your moon sign 100% is relationships, how you're relating. And this is what I say, my moon is up at the highest point. And so that is the reason why I'm here. I connect with the public. I relate to the public, And if my moon was below the horizon, I probably wouldn't be. I'd be doing something behind the scenes, something where I wasn't seen so much, something where I wasn't talking to groups of people. I kind of stay hidden. Also, if my sun was below the horizon, that'd be the case as well. I would not be pushed up into the spotlight, or I wouldn't even have if the affinity to be, there would be no way. I'd be like, nope, let me just stay behind the curtain, like all the other people who, have most of their planets below the horizon. So I just wanted to clear that up, that, the moon absolutely relates to, relationships. It's how you're going to show up, literally. It's how you're going to show up in a relationship. Okay, the qualities, darling, the qualities. And someone said, it's the emotional self. Your emotions are how you relate. All right, so here we go. Someone doesn't like the term fluffy. Too bad. I always say too bad, honey. You guys know how I am by now. And if you don't know who I am, just binge watching my videos, honey. Too bad. What do I think, or how do I feel about Scorpio Sun with Cancer Moon? I think I talked about this. Cancer Moon, it's a sister water sign as well as Pisces is. And you guys are going to be really surprised that in my life, I really haven't had that many close Cancer or Pisces people, actually. I think I've only had 2 Pisces relationships. I had one friend that was a Pisces, and then I dated someone for years who was a Pisces, and that was it. Like, I don't really attract them often. I don't get very close to them. Cancer moons are a little bit similar in the sense that they get very, very attached to me really, really quickly, and I'm so cognizant of that. And once they get in, they just expect me to they have all these expectations of me that I will not be forced into, this motherly role, protecting them and this, that, and the third. I just won't do it. And so that's where the break happens. And so going forward, I learned this a long time ago. I'm very careful with the Cancer moon energy. I'm not your mother, and they see it, if they have a Cancer moon, it clearly opposes my ascendant. And so they already can see that I'm more of the father figure, the more Saturn. I give more of that Saturn energy. Listen, do what you need to do, pull your big girl panties up, get your shit straight. You know what I mean? I won't coddle you. I just won't do it. The only way I'll coddle someone is if they're a child or an animal. And that's it. Adults, I speak to you like an adult. I treat you like an adult. And I'm not your therapist. I just will not do it. I've never done it. I'm not going to start doing it at 47 years old. And so Cancer moons and I don't like to use the word cling, they attach to me immediately because they're like, oh my gosh, this is a sister water sign. They can feel that vibe. They're like, I could tell she's been through some shit. I could tell she could come out swinging. Let me get up under her. And I don't like that feeling. I don't like anyone under me. I like people next to me, but next to me powerfully. You can hold your own. I don't have to turn my eyes to you. I already know you're going to answer the question. I know you're going to push people out your way. I know you're going to defend yourself. You know what I'm saying? And they don't do that. I've never, ever in my life, not just with Cancer moons, Cancer risings, Cancer suns, maybe, But the other two, never. They climb right under my armpit. So I really try to keep them at a very good distance, and I let them know immediately, like, we're not doing that. And the last Cancer Moon relationship I had actually came in quickly and went out quickly. It was like in 2016, and this person got so attached to me so fast that I just cut them off like with an even blade, like bloop. So I hope you know how I feel about them. You know, they're okay, but I don't let them curl up under me like a cat. I cannot do it, because once they do, that's when they put their claws into the ground, and they think like, this is home, okay? And we not doing that. All right, guys, I think that's it for today. I'll be back answering some of your more questions. Alright guys, that's it for today. I'll be back answering some more of your questions in future videos. Like, subscribe, share, and all that good stuff. I'll see you at ScorpioSunScorpioMoon.com, where you can book a master chart reading. You can get a one-on-one with me. You can get that transformation course with me. I'm doing forensics now. My company is making a beautiful Plutonian shift into so many amazing things. So many doors have opened for me. So excited for what's to come. I just did a new video on Scorpio Sun Scorpio Moon Podcast about the murder of Tupac Shakur. Go check that out. I'll be doing more videos on that site. And that's it. You can get my paperback books and audiobooks on the website as well. Also get them in your favorite shop wherever you are. You can just have them order it, and they'll get it for you. I have big distribution. And I think that's it, guys. All right, I'll see you soon.